Hello everyone, my name is Kusdiyanti Rahayu and now I'm at Balai Kota Bandung and I want to tell you guys about direct labor cost, so let's do it and stay tuned. Hello everyone, so direct labor cost is a wages that are incurred in order to produce specific good or provide a specific service to customer. The total amount of direct labor cost is much more than wage paid. It also includes the payroll tax associated with those wages, plus the cost of company-paid medical insurance, life insurance, worker compensation insurance, any company-matched pension contribution, and other company benefits. And direct labor costs are most commonly associated with product in a job costing environment where the product staff is accepted to record the time they spend working on various jobs. This can be substantial if employees work in multitude of different products. In the service industry, such as auditing, tax preparing, and consulting, employees are accepted to track their hours by job, so the employer can bill customer based on direct labor hours worked. This area also considered to be direct labor costs. In a process costing environment where the same product is created in very large quantities, direct labor cost is included in a general pool of conversion costs, which are allocated equally to all of product manufacturing. A strong case can be made in some product environment that can be direct labor cost doesn't really exist and should be categorized as indirect labor, because production employees will not be sent home and therefore not to be paid. If one less unit of product is manufactured inside, direct labor cost hours tend to be incurred at the same rate, irrespective of production volume levels, and so should be considered part of the general overhead cost associated with running a production conversation. So guys, this is a explainer video from me. Still stay tuned for next video. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Ridwan. I'm 26 years old. So I would like to say thank you for Ayu for before video, and I would like to continue her video. So what is the formula for direct labor cost? Business earn their highest profit through boosting their revenue while curtailing their expenses. Expenses can be fixed or variable. Fixed expenses are unchargeable in the short term, while variable expenses change depending on the business production numbers. Business direct most of their expenses curtailing effort toward variable expenses. Direct is one of the most prominent variable expenses. Being the sum paid to hire labor in manufacturing process, it can be calculated using a number of direct or indirect means. First, calculating direct labor cost using direct means. The simplest method to calculate direct labor cost is the most direct. Calculate the sum paid to each laborer in the manufacturing process and the sum them up to calculate direct labor. For example, if a business hire 8 manufacturing laborers to perform 200 labor hours each per month at $10 an hour, that is $6,000 in direct labor in month. But if we calculating direct labor cost using indirect means, cost of goods manufactured minus direct materials and manufacturing overhead equal direct labor in most cases. For example, if a business had $24,000 in cost of goods for the month while incurring $8,000 in material and $2,000 in manufacturing overhead, its direct labor can be calculated to be $40,000. Another method can be used if the total labor cost for the period and total non-manufacturing labor cost for the same period are available. For example, if a business spent $80,000 in total on salaries and wages paid to its labor and $24,000 was spent on non manufacturing labor, then its direct labor can be calculated to be 56,000 US dollars. So guys, that is my explanation. Thank you for watching, and for the next video, stay tuned and let's do it. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Heni. Thank you for watching us, and now I would like explain you about direct labor cost method. Business large and small incur cost for materials and labor for all goods or service product. Adequately controlling labor cost is essential to achieving profitability goals. Effective management of direct labor costs start with accurately tracking direct labor costs and using the information to identify and address problems that cause expensive expenditure or loss of efficiency. And now we were talking about components. To accurately measure direct costs, you must include all expenditures, no, not just wage. Thus, you will include employer paid social security, Medicare and employment tax, as well as workmen's compensation insurance, expenditures for health insurance, and contribution to pension plan are other examples of items you must include in the total labor cost. You may also need to include allowance for training and worker equipment. And the next explaining is calculation to effectively analyze direct labor cost. You need to establish a model or standard rate. The standard rate is an estimate of what you expect the direct cost of labor will be under normal conditions. There are two primary components of this model. First, the project cost of 1 hour of direct labor and the number of labor hours required to produce 1 unit. Suppose that your total cost for 1 hour or direct labor is 15 US dollar and you expect to use 30 minutes per unit of production. If you shop produce 1,000 units weekly, your standard labor is 7,500 US dollar. Stay tuned, we show you another explain. Bye bye.
Hey, my name is Anggi. I will explain you about labor efficiency variance. The labor efficiency variance measures the ability to use labor in accordance with expectation. The vacation is useful for spotlight those areas in the production process that are using more labor hours than anticipated. This variance is calculated as the difference between the actual labor hours used to produce an item and the standard amount that should have been used, multiplied by the standard labor rate. If the variance outcome is unfavorable, there will likely to be a review by industrial engineers to see if the underlying process can be improved to reduce the number of production hours required. Using such means as, first, the simpling product designed to reduce assembly time, and the second, the reducing in the amount of scrap products and the process. Third, in decreasing the amount of automation, and fourth, the last is altering the workflow. If they cannot be done, there the standard number of hours required to process an item increased to more closely reflecting the actual level of efficiency. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alqi. I will give you the last explanation. I will talk about what's direct labor cost. Ridwan taught about formula, Heni talk about method, and Anggi taught you regarding labor efficiency. So I will explain about the difference between direct and indirect labor cost. The difference between direct and indirect is that only labor involved in the hands-on production of goods and services is considered to be direct labor. All other labor is by default classified as indirect labor. The distinction is important from an accounting perspective since the two types of labor are treated differently. And now we already know about what is direct labor cost. And the end, I want to say thank you for watching our video. Have goodbye. Have a nice day.